Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today on the show, in this new GTA 5 Online video, we're going to be checking out the two vehicles that every single player in this game can get for $0 this week in GTA 5 Online. Both of these have a value of about $1.3 to $1.5 million. So you can save yourself almost $3 million if you just put in a little bit of gameplay time to unlock both these vehicles and have a little bit of lady luck on your side as well when it comes to one of them. When it comes to one of the two cars that you need to complete an in-game challenge in order to unlock for $0, it's simple and straightforward enough, but definitely get started on it today if you guys are watching when this video actually does release. The first car which we're going to be showcasing, you can see behind me right here, it's definitely like a nice luxury but also sporty sedan. Both of these cars, performance-wise, I would say are 8 or 9 out of 10, so performance-wise, definitely nothing to worry about with either of these cars. Looks-wise, I think they're some of the best-looking cars that you can get in the game. Definitely, like, top 25 looking cars, in my opinion, I would say, for each of these. Exhaust notes great on both of these, engine sound, and also customization and personalization ability on these cars is fantastic as well, and that's what owning some vehicles, and owning a lot of vehicles in GTA Online is all about. The other vehicle we're going to be talking about is another sedan in this game, but it's definitely on the sportier side, less on the luxury, but it's just performance, lightweight, agile ability to get around the track is so nice. I can't wait to show you guys both of these. The first one of the two vehicles we're going to be discussing that you can get this week for $0 is this beautiful Obey Tailgator S. It normally will cost you $1,495,000 if you'd like to buy it from the in-game website of Legendary Motorsport. It released with the Los Santos Tuners update. It's the LS Car Meet prize ride for this week, so you can get it for $0 just by coming in first place in LS Car Meet Series races for 3 days in a row. So just win one LS Car Meet Series race once a day for 3 days in a row. You can unlock this car. Obviously, it's going away soon, and the opportunity to get this one for $0. So make sure you act fast if you guys are watching this on the first day that this video releases. But the Obey Tailgator S is really nice. It's a pretty consistent sort of race-oriented vehicle in this game. You get excellent traction, especially for it being rear-wheel drive. It's really stable, even if you're pushing this car to the absolute limit. Top speed's going to be pretty solid. It's got predictable enough handling. It's very good, I would say. Just daily driving and money grinding in this game, it's super reliable. It is on the heavier side, just like the other car we're going to be discussing, but it doesn't really feel that way on the track. Like, I don't think it's very sluggish around corners. Acceleration wise, you don't really have a ton of understeer, maybe just like a little bit. Sure, it can get outpaced from a vehicle like the Calico GTF or maybe even Comet S2 when it comes to other Los Santos Tuners vehicles, but I like this one a lot. Braking is going to be just average here. Durability is nice, and if you want to take this thing off-road, it performs, you know, I mean, it's a sports car in this game, but it performs well enough off-road. You don't have to really worry if you just want to take a shortcut or something like that. I would say this car is all about steadiness and resilience rather than being the absolute best race-oriented Los Santos Tuners vehicle. Even if it's not the absolute meta, it's still really good for racing. And here is my Obey Tailgator S. Now, I gotta say, for an Audi in this game, or just an Audi in general, I think my typical go-to color that I would want an Audi if I actually owned one in real life would probably just be in a nice, vibrant red. But I gotta say, in this game, I do like this Audi in this color. And it's not teal. It's more of a very washed out, I guess, muted baby blue, you could say. But I feel like it matches this car kind of well. It's not the best time of day to be recording this, but either way, we got similar rims. These are the Mercy concaves on here, but these are something else. These are synthetic concaves, I think. Very, very similar, but just a little bit different. So yeah, let's take this to the track, see how it performs, because this car is fast. For this vehicle, before we get to the driving, let's see, because I don't want to give away the other car that we're talking about. I don't know if I already included it in this video or not. I'm not gonna, you know, make the decision until I get to editing to decide which vehicle I want to feature first for this week. But I will say, let's see if we could target a 2-minute 50-second lap time or less. I'm not sure if we'll be able to pull it off, but we will start in 3, 2, 1, go. Take off. I will say that this car hooks up pretty fast. You do get a minor bit of wheel spin, but you're still moving as that's happening, so the car is getting some good grip. The handling on this thing is so nimble, and compared to the other car I was just comparing it to, like, this thing is a lot more lightweight, a lot speedier. I will say I feel like you top out top speed-wise a little bit faster, so the acceleration's nice. Maybe top speed isn't going to be as high, but it does feel good to drive. I just am not too sure about this lap time that we're going to set. We will just have to see. The control on this thing is amazing, though. I mean, as an LS Tuners vehicle to use in those auto shop contracts and auto shop robbery contract finales, you know, whether it's Union Depository or literally any of those, right? A lot of players go with the Calico GTF because that's arguably one of the best, if not the best, vehicle to use in those finales. But don't sleep on this Obey Tailgator S. I like this thing a lot, especially when it comes to, I think it's the, what is it, the super dollar deal where you're getting the plates and you have to rob the military truck, like the big MOC basically. That one, this is a great vehicle to use because you're going to be on the far north of the map. And so, I mean, I guess the Calico GTF is just fine too, but I think my personal preference, oh, this is going to slow me down a little bit right there. That wasn't optimal. I thought I could cut around that minivan. I was not expecting that oncoming car to be right there. I would definitely say this is my preferred LS Tuners contract and robbery contract getaway vehicle just because of the fact that I like the style. I mean, the Calico GTF is cool, but my heart lies with this Obey Tailgator S. Now, we've had the Obey 8F Drafter also featured as a free vehicle for the week somewhat recently as well, maybe like the last, maybe not last couple months, but last several months before that, like within the past half year, I would say. So I guess, you know, depending on your definition of recent or not, when this game has been out, you know, 13 years or 12 years, call it at this point, like, is 6 months kind of recent? Probably, I would say. But either way, that vehicle I like a little bit more than the Tailgator S. Probably just because of the exhaust note. But looks-wise, I do like this Tailgator S so much. And you can customize, like, the customization is incredibly vast, incredibly deep. You could personalize it exactly to your liking. That's exactly how a vehicle in GTA Online should be. You know, there should be no issues with customization, especially when you spend a bunch of money on cars. Like, this is an expensive car, I would say, if you want to buy it off in-game websites. Not crazy expensive, but, you know, you do have to shell out a little bit of cash, and so you want the ability to obviously, you know, have good performance. Doesn't need to be the absolute best in the entire game, but customization should also be nice. I can't stand when Rockstar releases a vehicle and the customization just kind of sucks, right? Especially in this day and age, shouldn't be the case. 2-minute 46-second. Wow. Okay, so depending on what you guys saw, I will say the other vehicle that we reviewed got the exact same lap time, basically, like within that second. That is insane. This car is just on par with it. Lighter, you know, maybe not as fast, but in terms of the fact that it's agile and lightweight and has better handling, it makes it just as quick around the track, even if the top speed isn't as high. This is an awesome vehicle. Definitely pick yourself up an Obey Tailgator S. I mean, the prize ride challenge for this week is a lot, and obviously you need to get started with it right away, but we've seen this before. Plenty of people unlock these cars. You should target the prize ride every single week if you could swing it. The other vehicle we're going to be talking about here today is the Albany VSTR. This is the Diamond Casino and Resort Podium vehicle you need to get lucky winning for this week, but you can get it for $1,285,000 from Legendary Motorsport. It released with the Diamond Casino Heist update, and I would say this is a very good all-around vehicle. You got quick acceleration, super powerful rear-wheel drive launch. I can't wait for you guys to see the performance review of this vehicle. I think that's what makes it shine most in races, or if you want to, you know, take this in police chases, use it for money grinding, things like that. Handling, how could I describe it? Maybe more on the balance side. Steering is very responsive, but this thing is big, it's bulky, it's heavy, and so it does feel just a little bit sluggish in those corners. Top speed is pretty impressive for this being a sedan as well, and I think you can keep pace with some other race-oriented cars in this game, even if this one doesn't necessarily break records. This thing is on the big and heavy side, but durability is just going to be average. It's not really the best pick if you want to take this thing into combat. It's going to get lit up and blow up unless you apply those armor upgrades. You know, not that it has Amani tech or missile lock-on jammers or any of those like armor plating upgrades, but just the normal Los Santos Customs armor that you can apply. But still, nonetheless, when you take it to a customization at a mod shop, you have some awesome personalization and customization options, both one for the performance, obviously like every car, but for the looks as well. I would say you have a plethora of options in order to turn this beast into your very own in this game. If you like speed, if you like good control, you can't go wrong with the Albany VSTR. And here is my Albany VSTR, ladies and gentlemen. This is such a beautiful car in this game, and I tried to mimic the one I had on my PlayStation account. I gotta be honest though, I forget the color scheme and I just don't want to hook up my PlayStation to actually see, but I remember it was something like this. Basically, I think I was rocking a midnight purple, I believe, and either it was the wine red or Cabernet red pearlescent. I think this is how I had it. Hot pink is too pink of a pearlescent, so it's not that, even if it's more vibrant. I think this is it. Maybe I went with a different purple, or maybe it was even blue, but I think this is it, because I wanted sort of a totally different appearance unless you were catching the light. And then I'm rocking the Mercy concave rims in black, so I do like the look of this thing, close enough to, I think, how I had this car customized. Without further ado, let's take it to the track and see how it performs. So I'll get my timer going for this. We'll do our classic loop, and 3, 2, 1, I'll start my stopwatch. We'll take off, of course, get a little bit of wheel spin, I should say, but this car hooks up right away. And for those of you guys who haven't really checked out the free DLC vehicle guides I've done here on my channel, we do the same track every single time. I probably should have shown it off on the pause menu map, but you can see as we go around. Basically, I like to do no cuts, so you can see that this is just first attempt going through the track, seeing how the car performs. You know, obviously, I can try again and again just to get the best lap time and the best par time, but we're not trying to do that. We're trying to just throw this vehicle around the corner as fast as we can get it without totally crashing. If I crash, that's part of the time. You know, no ums or buts or stutters are going to be cut out of the commentary, just so you guys could see the raw gameplay of this vehicle, the performance. You know, maybe I'll cut a corner like that if it's just going to make the track a little bit easier, but I typically try and keep the you know, the race route persistent and consistent between each vehicle that I use, so I always cut the same corners with each car that you've seen me do maybe 3 times or so right now. I will say, I think we could set maybe a time of like 2 minutes 45 seconds with this car, maybe a little bit slower. I gotta say, you could feel the mass of this car. That's one thing about this vehicle. It's not even like a downside or a negative. It's just something while you're driving that you'll notice right away. This car is heavy. It's a big Cadillac in this game, and even though it's quick, it picks up really fast. It's got really good braking for its size too, but you could feel the mass, you could feel the body rolls, you go around corners. I don't have the absolute lowest suspension on here either. I think I have, what is it? Not the race suspension, but street? Or I guess it's race suspension, not competition, right? And so when we go around this corner, this is where rear wheel drive cars love to kick out on me. This thing doesn't really want to totally give out on you, but you could also feel, you know, gravity kind of moving the car in that direction. You got to be careful. Obviously, you have to apply the brakes. There's just some cars in this game that, you know, you feel like you just don't even need to brake with. This is not one of them, but this thing is quick. It feels good to drive. I would say as cars go, it's not like a top 15 most favorite of mine in the game overall. Maybe. It's a top 30, I think. But as one of my most favorite looking vehicles, this absolutely cracks the top 10 in my opinion. And I'm not even the biggest fan of Cadillacs in real life, honestly. There's not really like a single Cadillac that I can tell you that I absolutely love. You know, I always thought CTSVs and stuff like that were cool, but this one in this game just looks awesome. And I don't know, I'm biased a little bit because of the paint job. Whoa, we almost flipped right there. I had to cut to the left. Maybe we're actually going to be a little bit slower than I thought. We're at a 2-minute 30-second pace. We have a decent bit of track left. Is this going to be a 3-minute car? It's not going to be that bad. You could see how much I'm drifting around these corners, and also I'm not the best driver in this game, right? Like, I don't have the perfect race line or anything like that. I'm just trying to drive it to see. Okay, a little bit slower than I thought. 2 minutes 46, 2 minutes 47 seconds, so not absolutely awful, but maybe a few seconds slower than I thought it would be. Did I say 240 or 245? Either way, this is a really good car. Obviously, it's worth trying to win this week, especially if you can get lucky at the Diamond Casino and Resort. Would I recommend you get it full price? I mean, $1,285,000 isn't a ton of money. I would not say you're wasting the money if you spent it on this car, but obviously, try and win it this week first. We are going to be wrapping everything up right here, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys did go on to enjoy, of course, drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you want to see more GTA Online content just like this. Every once in a while, when we have some good vehicles that are available at the Diamond Casino and Resort or LS Car Meet, prize ride vehicles that are free for the week, you know, I like to cover them in a DLC vehicles guide, talk about them, review them, because I don't normally do dedicated vehicle reviews, so this is a way that I can bring that content to you guys here on this YouTube channel. Also, feel free to check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, specifically twitch.tv/hazardoushtv for more GTA Online live streams. And I'll see you guys in the next GTA 5 online video. Adios, amigos.